So trying to be as efficient as possible is Zest, Serral, realizing what's up instantly, and he's going to try to hide his Overlord in the path where he thinks the Void Ray is least likely to go. Now, one thing that can happen if you do this with the Overlord and you actually get quite far away, if the Void Ray starts trying to chase it, you can try to deny the third base from going up. And
right.
Yeah, because if the Void Ray is not there to escort it, as we see right now, you could try to pick it off. So he's just trying to go as far away as possible from that third base location. And the Void Ray is going to try to just chase away a couple of Zerglings, but in general, not losing the Overlord is pretty nice.
Yep, he's actually going to be able to keep it alive. You don't really want to fly this this Void Ray necessarily all the way towards the corners either. Because then just like a couple of Zerglings can obviously be a disaster.
Yeah, it could also just be anywhere. Zest also always sends it across, so there could be counterplay. So usually what we do is Spire plus Infestation Pit if we want to play late game. That's the one style. The other style is trying to go for double upgrades and adding Infestors. Those are the two styles if you want to go late game. If you want to do something aggressive, it can't get around the Queen usually, so it's just some Queen-based attack.
Yeah, already a ton of Queens out. He's still making more.
Yeah, here is Spire Infestation Pit. So this is what I was talking about. He actually just wants to play late game, so this is going to be very cool. Serral already accepting his fate in that he just has to play this way, but he's obviously for me personally, he has the best PvZ late game control. So if he actually gets there, that's great. But Zest has super early carriers, so he has very strong timings. He's also very good at like those recall tactics. So for now, it's all going to be about can Serral survive the timing that Zest is gonna where Zest is gonna throw everything at him. So for Serral, it's all about surviving into the late game. For Zest, it's about dealing damage. It doesn't need to end the game whatsoever, but maybe trying to pick off a base here and there, or trying to take good engagements in general.
Decides to cancel. Oh, well, never mind. He accidentally may have canceled a couple there. So he's actually positioning them in different spots. Is that on purpose? Probably.
Nah, he just clicked the Corruptors and morphed them, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Second Spire coming up, and well, this is the moment where that static defense starts building. Okay. Yeah, he's got a bunch of spines set up over here as well. Yeah. And still, obviously, all of the Queens too to keep a lot of this alive. Plus the Brute obviously are amazing anti-ground.
Yeah, this is a helmet style, which we designed to survive against like the protosses that play like this in Europe, for example, max specs, where we don't want to expand too fast, because at first we were just trying to out-expand the Protoss because, you know, they let us do whatever we want, get 100 drones. But for now we realized, okay, some of these Protosses, they do go for late game, but they're not actually that great with the army control, so we can just start trading a little bit better later on. So I don't think he would play like this against Neep, for example, but against someone like Zest, who's known to be very aggressive, this is just the safest way of doing things. Also, it doesn't matter if his drone count is around 80 instead of 90 or 100.
Yeah, not a whole lot of High Templar out.
Yeah,
it's kind of interesting. Can't be feedbacking those Vipers here, which are some of the more dangerous units.
Yeah, that's true.
In the game.
Yeah, if they were Corruptors, for example, that would be an issue. But the early anti-air is Queens, because Corruptors are too expensive. You can't have Broodlords and Corruptors. So for now, he doesn't really need to worry about it. And yeah, more creep, more spores. An Ultra Cavern for future run-bys, run-by defense. Serral just trying to set up with everything. Zest is just building his bank right now. I actually think Zest could have expanded a little bit faster. But maybe he doesn't know how defensive really Serral wants to play this type of scenario.
Okay, so the Mothership is moving out. Twitch chat, by the way, already spamming -400 before the Mothership was even out. How does that make any sense, guys? You're already wasting your channel points? Don't worry, though. I'm sure there will be a dead Mothership before too long.
For sure. And Drotti is also here, so it's going to happen at some point. He's here for the good luck charm for the Mothership. And at this point, Zest just backs off. He actually leaves the Mothership. They're trying to go towards the main base.
Yeah.
Which means he's going to try to distract Serral once again. Going towards the top right is what I'd imagine his army movement is going to look like. And then just recall into the main, where there are no Spore Crawlers at all, because he had obviously...
Okay, he scouts it.
Oh, recall right away. He needs to recall if he wants right now. It's too late. It's too...
Oh my god, he's going to try. Apparently, Serral actually... target fires down! Oh my god, one of the prisms, I think, is what it was. Parasitic Bomb does land pretty much right away. This is awkward, though, right now, right?
Yeah,
because there's no spores.
He needs to wait for the Broodlords, most importantly. And Broodlords are very slow, because you can't just engage into Icon Knight Templar. With this, he's going to get an Abduct here on the carry that's already relatively low. Zest does miss a couple of units left behind, and that's a cool hit squad of units trying to kill the spawning pool. But the set of units does not have the most
the most
firepower.
So slow. They finally show up.
He's even retaking that hatchery.
Yeah. I guess mostly just have some creep over here and to mine out the last little bit.
Oh my god, they're gonna get the spawning
pool.
pool. Are they gonna get the spawning pool, Lowko?
I mean, they're gonna tickle it to death.
Nope.
No, the ultras are
The units also got F2, so. Nice try, though. Nice try, boys. Maybe it's gonna bleed out because there's no creep.
I still hear like circus music in the background, or like I don't know.
But I think we have like Jess now. That's Jess.
Yeah, you're right.
So that's how these abducts come to happen very, very often. Now, if Zest actually knew how to play Tempest, I would like his position quite a bit, but I think he's a pure carrier player. So I think we're just gonna keep seeing like recall movements, trying to get Serral out of position and doing that over and over and over again.
Do you want to go missile upgrades as well at this point for Serral? I mean, he still does have a lot of queens, I guess.
No, yeah, it's not bad.
Oh, he's getting it as well. Sorry. Yeah. All right. So any queen that dies at this point gets replaced with more corruptors?
Probably, yeah. As long as
move again.
Yeah, as long as a bunch of voiders have CC and he instantly needs to give it up. It happens every time. It's very good that he ran away with the static defense because that costs a lot. Like right now, that's just 300 minerals plus a couple extra ones for the 2 drones that died and a couple of extractors. But at least he saved most of the spore crawlers. But yeah, Zest's bank is getting very big. It's mostly the mineral department, though. The gas bank looks very, very similar. So it's a little bit misleading because zealots are not that useful. He could spend it in extra defense to defend this kind of stuff a little bit better.
Yeah, additional photon cannons here would not be a bad idea. Okay, so 19 workers do end up going down there. Let's see something being recalled. Okay, it was just a Mothership apparently. Oh god, okay.
Oh, interesting. I like the drone. Oh my god, that's the coolest drone I've ever seen.
Even underneath an observer.
It went past the 100 supply protoss and just
didn't care.
Fulfilled its destiny to make the hatchery.
Okay, so.
Well, there it goes.
Yeah. It's a sad story of a drama, but at the very least it lived a cool life.
Oh, the Mothership died, by the way.
Did it die? How many resources is that again?
Chat knows, I think.
Chat knows.
Don't
worry, there was going to be a new one, I'm sure. Okay, so we just slowly but surely see the map getting mined out, and at some point these players are going to have to engage.
At some point they do have to engage, yeah. It doesn't need to be now though, but Serral is trying to force the engagement. He realizes, okay, the Mothership is not there right now. The Broodlords are super exposed. Serral was looking at the bottom. I actually have Serral's first person view, so I know exactly what's happening, and he has a lot of transfuses. Zest needs to watch out because those carriers are way ahead of High Templars, so they could all get abducted. There's so many Archons, so and only 4 of the Broodlords are left. I think neural parasites would be huge, so a lot of these Archons are blocking each other. Serral going in from the top where the Archons are not in range with the parasitic bomb. Good micro from him, but there's not that many Corruptors left, and the Archons are kind of fighting their way through. Now a big Stalker warping I think would be pretty sick. He instead is warping in Zealots, which I'm not sure about because I think his main issue right now is that the Archons keep blocking each other and they also need to run through the Spore Crawlers. I'm not sure about that Zealot warping.
Yeah.
If he was warping in the Zealots, I think it should be on the left-hand side of the map. Oh, and the Ultras are getting the base once again. So good play by Serral, and even though Zest has so many minerals in the bank, his gas bank is running very, very low. So he really feels like he needs to do something right now. And the moment the extra Broodlords show up, I mean, Archons are not that good against Broodlords. They just can't get below them. Now he warped in the extra Stalkers. And he's trying to blink in, focus firing down a couple of Broodlords. The thing is, the Archons are not really tanking right now. The Stalkers are falling big time. And there's just not that many air units left from either side, to be honest. Crazy fight.
Yeah, those Broodlords are absolutely decimating the entire ground army if they get a chance. Obviously, for him, it's mostly also about holding on and making sure he doesn't lose too many bases, since he already took care of most of that Protoss eco. Still a lot of minerals in the bank for Zest, but yeah, exactly. What are you going to make? Like more Zealots? There's already 7 Broodlords out, 6 more are morphing in. 10 Infestors as a follow-up too, so...
I think you should start retaking the bases with the minerals. Like, just try to go there. If Serral's not in position, you get the cannons up, you have the bases, right? Both on the left and the right at the same time, probably. Because the minerals for Zealots, as you said before, like, they're not that useful. They're just gonna eventually die. Serral still has that right side base, which I'm not sure Zest knows about, because Zest If he kills that, there's not that many mining bases. At the same time, the Zealots are running towards the bottom left, which is a really good move. That's undefended.
Yeah, Serral right now also running out of money himself. He's got some gas left in the bank. He just built a gajillion infestors too, but obviously they're gonna need some time to get some energy going, and he doesn't have that much mining anymore.
Yeah, he needs to watch out that these ultras don't die, because once those ultras are dead, he's just gonna die to Zealots actually. Like, he's just gonna die to Zealot runways because Broodlords can't be at both sides at the same time. Zest actually just focus firing down the hatcheries. At the same time, he's making sure the Broodlords are still at the right side. Obviously, he's never gonna be able to engage this, but just by his army being here, he forces the Broodlords to stay here, which makes getting the left side up a lot harder. Oh, Serral actually gets some funnels, obviously he needs to watch out a little bit there. Goes for the recall, which is very, very important since there's enough infestors to chain fungal that.
Yeah, I'm quite surprised that Zest hasn't tried taking another one of those bases. Like, finally he's moved on over in that direction, but he's had so much money in the bank that by now this Nexus could have been done, plus like a bunch of static defense here. That would have been huge because he's really running out of gas.
Yeah, on both sides, really.
Yeah, on this side too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a one Zergling blocking it.
That's a very dangerous looking Zergling.
It is. It has 2 kills already.
Thing. Yeah, dude, it doesn't mess around. The amount of Zealots here. Okay, well, finally they needed a group of 10 or so of these dudes to, at the very least, try and take it down.
Man, Jonas is so broke. He's making 3 Banes.
I don't know what the Banes are going to do.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to help a little bit against the Mass Zealot, I guess. Zest doesn't really need to engage at the right side. He should be. He should watch out a little bit more. I think he even has an observer spotting those Broodlords, so I'm not sure what exactly this.
Oh, you know what? Those Banelings!
Those Banelings
we were
actually
making fun of them, but that was sick, yeah.
The Ultras are going to win that fight, but at least one of them is going to die, I think, the bottom one.
So at this point, why do you not like add on Tempest or something along those lines? Yeah, I guess there's still a couple of Corruptors remaining.
Yeah, I think if you... he's just trying to stay on ground, and I think he should base trade right now. I think he gives this up in base trades.
Okay.
Where's his
he can't really take down this...
oh, he's gonna hit the Vipers! He's gonna get the Vipers!
Oh my god, that's huge. Yep.
Oh, he got all 3 of them.
End up going down.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, he doesn't have any air units, so Parasitic Bomb not that important. But that's still pretty big. Actually, getting the Ultras would be the biggest deal here. Because then, at that point, you're gonna win it. You're gonna win a base trade. 100% of the time. He cannot replace Ultras anymore. He just doesn't have the money for it. So that's... I cannot believe Zest is there, man. He's gonna get cornered. Does he have a recall?
He probably doesn't.
No, you're not engaging Zest.
Okay.
Don't try to do
He does have or he does not have a recall available.
I think this is the only way he loses the game. This is the only way he loses the game.
Okay, he decides to fight this right now. No Blinding Clouds, of course, available here. Does he have some good fungals?
Oh, wow. He's jumping in at the bottom first, focus firing Broodlords one at a time, and the Broodlords are gonna get into the dead airspace, but there's still a little bit of surface area on the Broodlords, good Neurals on the Archons, and I mean, Serral's army still stands. And there's a bunch of infestors still with energy as well. Now I'm pretty sure he realizes.
Why fight this though? Like, what's
there's no point. You should just base trade. The Broodlords are not gonna win in a base trade. They're too slow. So Serral actually needs to turn around. He realizes. Okay. Now, yeah, I mean, Zest, if he should re-expand. Like right now, he needs to take expansions himself to force Serral to attack once again.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. So the Broodlords right now, they're going to try and fly back home, but by the time they get there, I feel like the natural is going to be gone, and that's where all of the important tech of the Zerg player is. A couple of Zerglings going to town in the top right-hand corner. He's
overextending with the Stalkers, I think.
I mean, he will have a recall available again, but I guess it's not big enough, right?
Well, the Stalkers can blink towards the left side.
Yeah.
I would like to see that like right now, actually. Because they don't have a job right here anymore. Like, please leave.
So there's only a couple of structures remaining right now for the Zerg.
Okay, he missed a bunch of Stalkers with blink. Okay, no, he's fine. Okay, he barely got out there, man. That was just in time. And yeah, he should recall those Zealots for sure. There he goes. Good play by Zest. And yeah, Serral is revealed right now. I think it's just checkmate, to be honest. You cannot leave the base anymore. The moment Zest starts expanding, Serral needs to move out. So the only way Serral wins this game is if half his army is good enough to kill Zest, basically. So he needs to split up the Broodlords. If he runs out with everything, he should just base trade.
Yeah, these are the last structures right here from Serral, so he really needs to try and keep those alive.
He's going to try with Spores below the Broodlords. That's also a good idea. Now, for example, if I was Zest, I would take bottom left while counter-attacking. I mean, the Spores have a lot of HP, so it's very, very difficult also to focus fire them down. So it's not over yet by any means. Since Zest is also not mining any gas at all. So it's not like Zest is getting rich.
Oh my god, this is actually a banger of a game right now. We're once again heading on over towards the top right-hand corner. Zest shouldn't really fight this, I don't think, right? With that many
yes,
infestors available, there's 7 of them available. Well, he's gonna, he's gonna have to.
He's blinking in. No fangals yet from Serral. He's just running back. He didn't really kite properly with the Broodlords yet, but now they're out of range once again of the Stalkers, and it's just too many fangals, I think. The Stalkers on the low ground are just not shooting, and the Stalkers on the high ground are getting focus fire down by the Broodlords. There's not any anti-air left by Zest, and Serral actually turns it around. He manages to corner the map. The drones are fighting against Zealots. The Spores are still below the Broodlords, and Zest now realizes, oh, maybe I should have just counterattacked, and kept expanding, even though he didn't have that many probes left himself. So it's a hard call to make.
Yeah, that was absolutely crazy. I thought that this was over a little while ago, especially since Zest still had like 5,000 more resources in the bank than Serral, but he decided to fight that army this one time in the top right-hand corner.
Yeah, and then again.
Yeah. Okay, well, he's going to try and do the base race. The problem is, there's still a bunch of these spores over here.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's no way he can focus fire those down anymore. Does he have a Nexus in the bottom left? I can't see it on the view.
No, he does not have another Nexus. He's just got these structures over here right now. Again, I guess it's important to point out the win condition in StarCraft 2 is to destroy all of your opponent's structures. The Spore Crawlers do count. That's why they're, even though they're quote-unquote static defense, they're on the other side of the map.
Yeah. Okay, now we get the... I like that we had just music, while we had the epic fights, and now we get the tense music. Like, who's in charge of this? Like, what's going on?
I don't know. Production is having also a grand old time, I guess.
Yep.
Okay, so finally these Zerglings are going to be pushed back, but I mean, what exactly... Like, the Broodlords here can outrange everything, right? Is there still... Yeah, there is some detection available, too. I guess he's also got fungal, right? So,
yeah, I mean... Yeah. There's no way to win this game anyway.
Oh my god, okay. Serral winning a game that seemingly was impossible to win.
Yeah, that was pretty sick. But I think Zest kind of helped him a little bit. But
yeah, Zest definitely made it easier.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that should have been impossible, theoretically. I think Zest just got maybe overconfident. Because he probably felt like Serral must have been broke. It's just Serral's army was so good that even though he was broke, it didn't really matter.
Okay, Infestors coming in from the sides again. Or, sorry, the Protoss units are trying to hit on top of all of those Infestors. But there it is. GG is cold. And Serral wins an epic game.
Yeah,